killed me all the time.
Hate that.
Wait, Alexa, stop.
That's a good call.
Because there's three options.
I'm so glad we're talking about this because
Yeah.
I'm in an existential crisis right now.
Well, like I know what my weaknesses are right now as an actor. It's like
I know them too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Totally kidding.
And then they're like, well, no, I'm graduating like the spring. It's like,
Where were you?
Yeah,
Were
exactly.
you?
I mean, you could get on Red Note, but China will just have all your information. So if you're willing to do that, you could be. Dude, we almost forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
We got to talk about that, and then I can let you go. Or whatever. Okay. Welcome back to the Jordan Whitrock Show. Today, our guest was my boss for a little bit. Technically, if you think really hard about it, I would say yes. So, without further ado, let's welcome my friend, good friend, Jena Plutz to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, let's get into why were you technically my boss? How did you get into it? Obviously, we are friends from school, college,
yes,
RTF,
yeah,
all that good stuff.
You're talking about Titan TV specifically.
We are talking about Titan TV specifically.
Yes, so I'm our university's TV station called Titan TV. I'm the station manager this year, so I was technically everyone's boss that worked on Titan TV shows.
That's true. Mm-hmm. I was just talent on your shows that you oversaw.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. So how did you even? Okay, let's like. Why did you choose RTF? Like, I asked that question to everyone who's been in the degree department, all that kind of stuff. Why did you choose that and whatnot? Before you start though, Alex is back there. Let's go, Alex.
I'm back.
Former RTFer as well.
Yes.
Okay. So you graduate high school, or before you graduate high school?
Mm-hmm. So starting in like 7th grade, I thought I wanted to pursue musical theater, similar to you, theater.
Okay.
And so I was like heavy. That's what I was gonna do. Go to New York, do the whole thing.
Let's go.
And then when COVID happened, I was a junior, and I was also getting voice lessons because I was taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
And she was kind of like, it's gonna be really hard. Like, I don't know if you want that.
No.
And like, she was right. Like, I don't think I could handle the heartbreak.
Yeah, but like, that's not what you want to hear.
No, definitely not. And I don't think it was personal. Like, I think if I really wanted to, I could have gotten there maybe.
Sometimes the people that love you the most tell you the truth, even though you don't want to hear it.
That's true. Not my parents, though. They're like, you do whatever you want, sweetie.
Yeah, there's a problem there then. No,
No, but like I said, I feel like I could have gotten there maybe, but she's right. I don't think I wanted all the heartbreak that comes with auditioning and getting rejected and all that. And it's super competitive, especially for women. There's just way more women
100%.
like trying to do it. So I was like, okay, now what do I want to do? I was like, I don't know. So then I like thought about it, and I would like binge short films.
Were you looking at schools for acting?
Oh yeah.
Like what was your top like 5 schools or 3 schools?
I don't really remember, but my sophomore year, I had like a whole list of probably at least 10 of like, UW Stevens Point.
And only Jena would do that, have it all planned out.
My sophomore year of high school, not even like touring yet. I had UW Stevens Point on there for sure. I think I had Viterbo University.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had UCLA, I think.
Okay.
I had...
Were more majority of them in the Midwest, or were you like...
I think it was half and half.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, realistically, what can I do in the Midwest? Mm-hmm. Also, what can I do elsewhere?
Yeah.
Then once that list was made, and I was like, I literally had like school, tuition, like everything broken down.
Yeah.
And then, excuse my voice crack, it's emotional. No. Once I like literally looked at it, I was like, I cannot afford most of these.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like on my own. So I was like, I just can't. And then again, once that happened my junior year, I was like, what else do I like? And I like had been binge watched short films. I would like go into like
really
on YouTube. I'd like binge watch for like
what type of short film, or was it all short films? You just put short films in the search.
Funny enough, I wouldn't watch horror ones usually,
that's what I was wondering.
That's like my favorite.
But though that's like I feel like that's majority of short films.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of comedy and
I
drama.
agree, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's so easy to make like a film about something scary.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, because, or at least for the Midwest, I feel like there's not that much.
Oh, okay.
That's why like for example, the short film I made this semester versus last year, we had way more auditions last year for our horror film than the comedy this year, because there's not that many happening, I feel like.
But you were saying Oshkosh.
Yeah. So UW Oshkosh is obviously a very cheap school for Wisconsin, and keeping that in mind, I like started looking into it, and my older sister had gone there. So originally that was not on my list of 10 or whatever schools that I had.
It's always that.
No, I did not want to go there. But I did go there. Yeah, true. I did go there when she toured and when she moved in. So I had already known.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then I looked into the radio, TV, film program, and I saw I was good. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Mm-hmm. I'll make films or something. Okay. Yeah.
So, did you go for RTF only,
originally,
or were you a music, or?
Originally, I was a radio, TV, film major and a Spanish minor, and that's it.
Yeah.
Now, graduating in less than 2 weeks, I'm a radio, TV, film, and theater double major with a Spanish minor and a music certificate. Okay. Oh, I might have been music industry minor as well for a second.
I think you were. I don't know for a fact, but I remember you just doing a lot of music, but you were also taking music classes.
Yeah, that was just for fun mostly.
Okay, that's
choir.
Crazy.
That would, I did choir and voice lessons for fun. Yep. I know the voice lessons part, a little questionable.
I mean, I did one semester of trumpet lessons for fun, and then that turned into a scholarship opportunity, which is the only reason why I did that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have chose.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Did you do juries too?
Yeah. Yeah, as a non-music major,
I would never do that. Wait, when did you stop doing it, or did you do it the whole
did it my whole freshman year, and I think I did it through the first semester of my junior year, and then I stopped.
Okay.
I think I was doing that during Tuk Tuk Live too, which is insane to think about. I was taking a lot of credits. That's all semesters, I guess.
Yeah, to get
as a double major.
To get that done. Okay, so that's just crazy. Okay. And you're getting on 4 years too.
Yeah. Well, I came in with, I think, 21 or so Spanish credits.
I came in with 21, but just general credits.
That was just Spanish, and then I had
crazy.
2 English.
So did you already have your Spanish minor basically done by the time you came in?
Pretty close, because I studied abroad, which was 6 credits, and then I took 2 or 3 more.
You studied abroad, like in high school?
No, in my freshman year in January.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, how does that even work? How do they even count that as college credit? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so you're doing RTF.
Yeah.
When do you decide that you want to do TV instead of radio, instead of film, or vice versa? Like, because there's 3 options.
I'm so glad we're talking about this, because I'm in an existential crisis right now. So that's so perfect.
I was in one too. We can talk about it. We can bond.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was so I had no idea really what my focus was going to be when I was a double major. The theater was kind of for fun. And I love it. But So then my junior year, I meet John May, and we pitch an SNL style show, and we're making that first semester of junior year. And I was like, this will give me a lot of clarity. I hope, whether I love it or I hate it. I was very good at the organizational aspects, at casting, I felt I was good at directing. You can be the judge of that. Yeah. Although it was chaotic.
I would say like definitely the business, when you do a show, yes, directing is very challenging, because you got to get the actors to do what you want, and there's a lot of personalities, especially on that show, that you got to work with and all that stuff. I would argue the hardest part is everything you just said. Yeah. The stuff that no one even knows happens or goes on.
It doesn't go in the credits I did all that.
But it's like only Jena or someone who's so anal in a good way. Anal of no, this needs to be this way. This needs to be this way. We're running a train on the tracks going straight. That's what we're doing. Get on, or we're leaving you. Kind of thing.
If that wasn't me and John May, and we didn't have so many producers set up, that show would not have been picked up. And it was the only show that semester.
Really?
Yeah. Other than news and sports.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But they picked up both?
Well, news and sports are always
happening. I thought that was a show. No. News and sports. Yeah, well,
that'd be cool.
I thought it was sports news. No. But okay.
Yeah, we always have sports and news.
Yeah.
And then Tuk Tuk Live was the only other one that semester. I believe. Yeah.
How many are they running this year?
This semester they have 3.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. Okay. Got you. Okay, so you're doing Tuk Tuk Live, which you can find on Titan TV's website.
Yeah. But yeah, so then it did give me a lot of clarity. I really enjoyed a lot about it. I feel like I really enjoy managing a group of people and working with a lot of people. Yep. So that gave me a lot of clarity in that way, and I really liked the live TV. It's similar to theater of that rush 100%. And all that stuff. But yeah, so I thought that I was going to do live TV up until now.
Ooh. Okay, well
Yeah.
So I think I know which way we're going compared to the other two options. So radio, was that
Maybe.
always a no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, no offense, I really
Yeah.
like I listen to the radio still in my car
Yeah.
and stuff, and I really enjoy some of the shows that are on, and especially the morning shows and whatever. But I just don't enjoy that. I think it's I think I don't want a job where I'm sitting down for too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you can stand while you're on the radio.
No, but like moving, like, we
Yeah.
got to do this stuff before the broadcast
Yeah.
or whatever, and then do this during the broadcast.
I think it's to make a good radio show. It's like doing what's the phrase I want? Like having less but doing more almost.
Yeah.
Or whatever that phrase
Yeah.
is. Because you don't have a
Yes.
camera. So it's like we have cameras here, so we can laugh or we can play off a moment or something like that, which is
Yeah.
fun. On radio, all you hear is the laugh. And you just have
Yeah.
to assume what's going on, which it can be fun. But I think that to me, I mean, ironically, I did radio for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Like that was what I did the most of. And then I was like, I'm just wasting time. Because
Yeah.
I do like camera, I like being in front of the camera or at
Yeah.
least working with the camera. So
Yeah. And it helps build
yeah.
those skills of like, communication and the same things you would do if you hosted a podcast,
Yeah.
like similar things like that. But like, I'm also, I don't know, I think there's a lot of prep that's like writing and things like that. And it's like you do all this writing and research for whatever your show's about, and then you do the episode, and then I don't know. It's
Yeah.
not really engaging to me. Although, who is a good radio person? Amelia. My work wife. She's really good at it. She's a really good writer though.
I should get her on.
Yeah.
Then we can talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Because she is a good writer.
Yeah, she really
But
is.
you
She
know
won
what
a
sucks?
scholarship. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
At WBA.
Oh.
Yes, she won.
See, that like, there's so many people there that are like
Yeah.
either came in late to the program, but like credits wise, they were the same as
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
Where it's like I never knew this person
Yeah.
until like my last semester.
Yeah.
Then you just like walk, and then you're like, oh, like you must be a freshman or a sophomore, and I just
Yeah.
never had classes with you because
Right.
you kind of go with your cohort that way.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, no, I'm graduating like in the spring. It's like,
Where
what?
were you? Where were
exactly.
you? Yeah. It's too late for us to be friends now. No, not really.
Exactly. And the book is closed.
And bye.
So
I'm leaving. No, but it's funny, speaking of Amelia and all the things you
Yep.
just said, like Duck Duck Live, so many of those people did not know each other before that. Do you feel that way? Like, you knew a lot of the theater people, but
Yeah.
like,
I'm trying to think, who was even on that cast?
it was you,
Jack, I knew a little about.
Jack.
But
yeah,
I
that was
think-
his first semester. He would
Yeah,
not have
so
met
then
those
I wouldn't
people.
I wouldn't have met
Yeah.
and Amelia. Otherwise, I knew Megan, Lily, Luke. Oh, the other Jordan, but he left.
And he
after
left
it.
Dylan
didn't know him.
and Becky.
Oh yeah, but I wouldn't know Dylan, and I knew Becky a little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah, 50-50 for me.
But like, yeah, like a lot of, I've had multiple people come up to me and just say like, that show is what got me involved.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about, because for me, I was like, I don't know. My head.
my dream. No.
No, well, I mean, I guess, but like, my head was so like lost the whole time. I didn't realize I was like impacting people, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think
You
that
know?
like looking back?
Yeah.
Do you think that's one of those moments where you're like you were, like you that was it?
Oh yeah.
Like that was like the good days.
Yeah.
The good times.
Yeah.
And but like in the moment, obviously, it's like so much going on.
No, I
that you're
barely
like-
enjoyed it while it was happening. Like there was just too much stress. Like, that was the most stressful semester I've ever had. It was
Yeah.
very stressful. Like, yeah. And it almost would have been helpful to have a third executive producer. But like, John May and I were both doing so
Yeah.
much.
It was a
It
massive
was-
show though. Like,
It was massive.
although, and I don't even really know. That was like the first year I got into TV.
Yeah.
Because I did a couple 8-episode, like up to that point, a couple of news up
Yeah.
to that point, but like before that, I didn't do like anything.
Yeah.
TV related. Because I was always in plays or
Yeah.
whatever. And then that year I was like, I don't want to do this play. And
Yeah.
you're like,
And
well,
I was
I'm
like,
doing a
hey,
show.
come
And I'm
on
like,
over.
"Gee, I gotta figure out if there's something for
It
me.
was similar though. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Could I have prepared a little bit better? Maybe, but
Could
like,
everyone have? Could I have? Yeah. 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 It's really hard when you're juggling school and,
Yeah.
something you're doing like a passion project.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. So, you don't like radio, you love TV, but now you're finding a new love, which is
film.
okay. What
little
aspect
bit.
of film?
I really enjoy, I haven't directed anything longer than a sketch. And so doing so was really I guess.
But you've been on movie sets before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I acted in one my freshman year, and God, have I done anything else?
I know you acted in one. I thought like this last
semester.
Was it,
I acted in 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which it was really fun,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's just a whole lot. And then I watched, the show recently on campus, and I was like, I miss theater so much.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many things that are just jumbled in my mind about, which path I could take.
So you like everything about film, but you directed your first film.
Yeah.
And is that what's leading you back to film? But because that's like something I feel like as an actor you don't really experience until you do. So you're never a director because someone else is always a director, and now you get this chance to be a director.
Yeah. I think that as an actor, it was really, I don't know. I think it came very naturally because I know what I've had really good directors. I've had not so good directors. So I think I know what I like to hear. And how I like a director to present themselves, I guess, as like approachable and friendly and that type of thing. So I tried to do that, and I, prepped as much as time would allow as far as like, and I wrote the script too.
Yeah.
So like I have literally an image in my head, and I'm trying to like, make it in real life.
What's for people that don't know what your film's about?
So
do you want to break down what the film is about?
Do you even know what it's about?
Yes, I know what it's about.
Okay.
And then is this something being released on like YouTube or something that we can find in the future date, or
Yeah.
Like you're not someone that has like copyrighted music because you just really like this one song.
Our dear friend Hunter is making our music,
awesome.
some
Perfect.
of our music.
Yeah.
So the premise is a young lady is working in an office, and she has to fight a office rumor that is about her. And the question is, how far will she go to clear her stained reputation? But I won't spoil the rumor.
That was really good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's almost like I've been writing the log line recently. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when does that get released?
Or
when can these people watch it?
Yeah.
Because I know you'll have a showing on campus.
Yes, there's a showing downtown Oshkosh on the 18th of May. And then the 19th, the day after, I believe there's a YouTube release through some I have to figure it out still, but through the class there's a YouTube channel, I believe, and then it'll be released there.
If you send me the link, if you remember and I remember, I'll just edit the description and I'll put it in there. So if you're watching this, come back on the May 19th when it gets released. Yeah. And there'll be a YouTube link for the short film.
Sounds good. Sorry, yeah. Sweet. Are you going to come to the screening?
I think so. Well, I'm in
Oh yeah, you're in 2 of them. I saw them. Or at least the like crummy version.
Which
the
one
like
did
first.
you see? Which one did you see?
I saw both.
Oh,
wait. Yeah, I saw both.
Yeah.
But it was the fine cut, and we didn't have a ton of time.
I can't wait to. Well, one of them I'm excited because it'll be like, yeah, real, let's go. And then the other one, I'm be like, I can't wait to see how this thing turns out.
Yeah. You didn't feel very good on set, or
I don't know.
I don't know if I should say.
No, it's really good. You should go check it out. I don't know where it's gonna be, so best of luck. But like,
same place probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the YouTube releases like all of them.
Oh, I didn't know there was a thing. So they're all on YouTube.
Yeah, I
believe. Or do they take them down after a while?
I think they're all there.
Is it like on a part of a film YouTube page?
I think.
I've never seen.
I actually have to check. I've seen it before, but I can't remember what it's called. Yeah. Right. And it might have been like there was an old one and now they made like a new one for recent years. It might be like that. So I don't know if it's like easy to find or whatever. But yeah, I'll definitely send it to you if I find it.
Yeah. So you're finishing this film.
Yes.
So now you have this dilemma of which one you choose, which is the dilemma I had.
So and the big dilemma actually is that I want a hybrid of all of it in one. Guess where that is? Barely anywhere. And it's hard to break into.
Alex, let's think. How can we create Jena's dream job?
On this show?
On this show, we're going to solve this problem.
Do you have money?
No. So that's
okay. So I don't think we can.
I'm really good at this. You know, I have no money. Look at what we're doing. The title. This segment sponsored by Mojitos. No, just kidding.
No money. Sponsored by nothing in my hand because I'm broke.
Yeah. Sponsor me. No.
Please.
This segment is called Find Jena's Dream Job. I have no voice, so yeah.
Oh, what? You can sing.
No, like I had this cold or something like that.
Got it.
I don't really know. It left and now it's returned.
It's lingering.
Yeah, and it's not allergies because I would be dying if it was allergies. In the fall, I get allergies.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the craziest thing. So I had really bad allergies. Drake and I go to New York for like 1 week.
Yeah.
Allergies gone.
Oh, so New York's
because it's the concrete jungle. There's no plants there.
Yep, understood.
No, but it's the ragweed that gets me, and Ripon has like so much ragweed.
So you gotta leave.
Yeah, so I gotta fly away. I've been hoping that I beat it. My immune system fights it off like Osmosis Jones. I gotta get myself like a Tylenol or a Tom, whatever that pill was that guy took. You ever watch that movie?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna just give you like. So what happens is this guy is a zookeeper or like a circus dude, like that like take care of the animals.
Okay.
He eats an apple. He's talking like shit to like the monkey or whatever, and the monkey's like laughing at him. Takes his apple, like takes a bite out of it, drops it, rolls back to the fence on his side. He picks it up and eats it. It like takes another bite.
Yeah.
Ends up with the virus.
That
so
makes
the whole
sense.
story is like that's the real version, like real live action, and then it goes into a cartoon of his immune system of like this one cell that's trying to like fight the virus, but then he takes like some pill, and the pill has like all these like gadgets that can like fight the virus, but that I'm not gonna ruin what happens. But anyway, so that's the story of how to do it.
I'll definitely watch it.
I don't even know why we talked about it, but
Okay.
I just really wanted to bring. That's such a good movie. I should watch it again. I haven't watched it in a while.
Let's watch it.
All right, we'll do a movie night sometime. Yeah.
I thought you prepared
It'll be in the loop in the background, so hopefully you guys don't get distracted.
On silent, yeah.
Yeah, silent with captions.
My goodness.
Yeah, you'll know how it feels like to be a deaf person. Like you know how you read the captions and it's like weird creaks down the hallway. Yeah, like that stuff. Like that would suck if you like.
Or it says the title of a song, but it doesn't say any of the lyrics.
I was thinking about this. Would you rather?
Oh no.
We'll come back to the film, but we need to ask this question.
Yeah.
Alex, this is for you too. Would you rather be like have been deaf your whole life?
Okay.
Or be able to hear up to like say age 12 and then lose.
Hear.
You know, because like one, you never know what you're missing.
But I feel like
the other one, you know what you're missing.
Yeah, I feel like I would rather lose it though, because I love singing and I love music. So at least like I'd have up until that point in my head. You know what I mean?
I watched that deaf autistic kid on American's Got Talent or something.
Don't keep up with it. Okay.
Literally one of the best singers ever.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was always deaf.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
And maybe he wasn't deaf. No, was he blind? He was blind. Never mind. I fucked that one up.
We gotta go. We gotta wrap it up. We gotta go.
What was that guy? Alex, look him up. Now I feel bad. Look him up and then you tell me his name because I don't remember.
So America's Got Talent.
He was blind and he had some like mental disorder or like something like that. I can't remember what it was, but oh my gosh, he sings a song.
Yeah.
Like, and there's not like a version of it, so you have to only watch the America's Got Talent. And so there's like, it sucks because there's like a 3-minute intro of him, of everyone clapping or whatever.
Yeah.
But the most beautiful voice ever. And it's
I love those.
I like 2 years ago I found it somehow, and I was like, what?
I love those. The most the person you would expect the least.
Yeah, I believe it's Cody Lee.
There it is, Cody Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. Look him up. He's so good, so talented.
Good to know. I just love those. Those sometimes make me cry when they come up on my Instagram reels.
And then they hit the
TikTok.
gold buzzer, and you're like, yes.
Thank God. Yeah, it's so
all right.
nice.
Okay, so we're trying to find your dream job.
So, LA.
Really?
Yeah.
What's out there for you?
Have you ever heard of the YouTube channel Smosh?
Oh.
Because they do sketch comedy, they do live shows, they do gaming, they do podcasts, they do everything. Everything that I want.
Okay, and how are you going to get a job with them?
Great question.
Here's a question to you.
Yeah.
Would you ever just create your own Smosh?
I think I would be open to. I think at this point, I'm thinking of so many things right now and what I want, where I want to be located, that I maybe wouldn't start now, but have considered starting a podcast. So
what would be what you'd want to talk about?
I love a Reddit stories. So if the whole story wasn't Reddit or the whole podcast wasn't, I feel like a segment might be fun. Yeah. Like one story episode or something. But I don't know. I think especially if I did start one with Amelia,
wink wink,
start one with me, then I feel like it would probably just try to be fun and lighthearted because that's what people need,
And basically what you're saying is you want to start live streaming again?
Dude, the amount of times I've wanted to actually start a YouTube channel or start live streaming is like since I was 10 years old.
Bro, you're on like the I want to start a band vibe, but live streaming.
Also that. I also want to do
actually,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
What instruments can you play again?
Ukulele. Not the type of band I'd want to have. That's it. I can like.
Yo, you see this thing? I've been learning how to play the guitar.
Good for
since
you.
January.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I've talked to Nikki about lessons as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
if you don't want to pay for lessons, this is what I did.
YouTube.
So no. So I tried to play the guitar a couple times before.
Yeah.
And they always tell you learn the chords because you can play everything. So then I like sat down and tried to learn the chords. Never worked for me.
Yeah.
But I was like trying to play some really complicated stuff on my ukulele. I'm like, this is dumb. I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
Like if I just had a guitar, it'd be easier.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, tonight's the night. Either we're gonna figure it out or we're never gonna think about ever doing the guitar again.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like either set your mind to it and I was like, okay, instead of doing like, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result, I was like, we got to change our strategy up. I'm like, what's one way that I know I will like want to learn this? I was like, find like one of my favorite songs or one of my most like songs right now, and we're going to just learn it.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what the song was, but I know at that time it was like Stick Season or like that was like just a common song that I knew all the words to. So it was like I didn't have to worry about the words. I could just look at the chords and sing. I learned how to play guitar that night.
Nice.
So I'm saying that's what you have to do because I did like for me at least that's what worked because it was like it's just trying to sit down and do it is so daunting. But you're like I only have to worry about these 3-4 chords.
Right. I know.
And then you just slowly add one at a time, after that. But
you want to know the sad thing?
What's the sad thing?
The last like year, I have barely sang and I have not played ukulele for the most part. And I love singing and I love making music in some way. And it's because I stopped choir. And I've just been so busy. And like the last thing I want to do when I get home is like a hobby, which it should be what I want to do when I get home. I'm just like,
what do you do when you get home?
I like eat dinner at like 8 or 9 and then I watch an episode of something and I go to bed. Yeah. It's really depressing, but I've been trying to do more. Like I want to read more too because I don't even do that.
100%.
But like there was one night I was like, I should play ukulele. And then I was like, what is stopping me from getting up right now and doing it? So I did it. And I was like, I miss
here.
it.
Do you want it? You want to
No,
run
that's
with you?
okay. That's okay. But anyway, I did it that night and I was like, why don't I do that? I miss it so much. So I just,
No.
I think though, back to your like, would I ever start whatever?
What would it look like? So let's say like hypothetically you do have the money or you have the ability to do it. What would be your idea of, because I know you're like, I would love to do like a Smosh where it's like I have podcast, gaming video, like, but is that separate channels, same channel? Like how would you set that up?
I don't think that would be my goal if I made a YouTube channel or anything.
Okay, what would be your goal?
I think I would I like a lot of different things, so I think that's what I would want to make. Like I maybe would do music, do gaming, do lifestyle. These are all things that I like to watch too.
Okay.
And maybe podcasts as well. I don't know. That's the hard part is like, I feel like when you start, you should just start somewhere, like with one thing, choose one and then like add on. But I feel like I like so many things. It's hard for me to think.
What's like the one thing right now that you're super passionate about?
My gosh.
Like in creating, like are you super passionate about like filming, like creating short films? Like you're like right now that's what's gassing me up. Like I literally go to bed thinking about how I'm gonna write it, script it, shoot it, light it, sound it, all that kind of stuff.
I don't think so.
Okay, so what's the like? Is it a TV show kind of like Duck Duck where it's like you're like, yes, I just want to get back into the studio and be like, how are we gonna set up this design, run this TV show, get the actors involved, have the scripted out like segments to that? Is it that, or is that just like fun? But you're like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that again,
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it would be more like a Duck Duck Live. I think that I'm like so burnt out right now that I just like it's hard for me to even think about starting something because there's just a lot going on. And I feel like once I graduate and like settle in a little more, it might be a little easier to start thinking about. Yeah. But I do feel like comedy would be at the root of it. Just like I always find myself going back there, even when I like write a dramatic script, which I did this semester, or I wrote a thriller as well. But like, yeah, I think that's what I enjoy because, whether I have a bad day or a good day, I still will want to watch that.
So Would you say that maybe your content's more geared towards like non-traditional media instead of traditional media?
Probably, yeah.
Like I know in the past you've been like, I want to be on SNL, or not on SNL, but I want to write for SNL. I want to do like, which is like traditional. Whereas like you just said like, oh, I'd like to be part of a YouTube channel or
definitely,
like an online sort of company that way.
Yeah, well, because like I don't know of any other place that is doing all the things that I want, and literally the only one I know about is Smosh.
How did they start?
The two like owners started like making sketches on like a little camcorder when they were like 17, and now it's like 20 years later or something. No, 19. I think they celebrated 19 years, which is crazy. But yeah, so they were really early on YouTube and blew up that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So it can't start there because YouTube's not early anymore.
Yeah, and TikTok's halfway. I mean, you could get on Red Note, but China will just have all your information. So if you're willing to do that, you could be. No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's interesting. Like I've always had a desire to do skits, small skits. Yeah. But I've never had someone be like, yes, let's go sit down, write out scripts.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because it's just like whether their schedule doesn't line up or, and that's like this podcast thing. It's like I've had other podcasts, they've always fizzled out because the person just like, I don't want to do it anymore. It's like, I get that. Yeah. And so then it leads you to be like, okay, then we'll do a one-man show and we'll beg Alex to come help me every time, Yeah. But, but it's like, you need to have someone that has that desire to be like, yes, this is so funny. This is so dumb and funny. Let's shoot it.
It's really hard. Yeah. And I feel like,
do you think you couldn't do that here in the sense of like Wisconsin and you'd have to go somewhere?
Like I couldn't make my own Smosh?
That, or I mean, I guess work for you'd probably have to go somewhere if it was like not an online position, but.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, as far as me applying for a job like that, I think I'd have to I don't think there's anything in Milwaukee, but I think Chicago might be the closest.
I mean, there's a couple of big basketball YouTubers in Wisconsin. Maybe you can work.
Yeah. That fits
there's that one guy from like Appleton. Alex, you know who I'm talking about? It's like one of the biggest basketball YouTubers, but he's like literally from Appleton.
That's awesome.
But and he like does all this. He does like trick shots. Like he does to go to like the random courts and like around the country and like does like the 5-on-5 with like the guys from the hood and stuff. Like that's like that's true talent or something I don't got. But
yeah, the only guy that I know of like from the area was George Purdy, but he's kind of like downhill now. He used to be.
Okay. I feel like I recognize that name.
Is he basketball or no?
No, he was just like some like funny, like this was like back in probably 2016.
Okay. Sure. No, yeah, I don't recognize that name. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need to figure out if I'm getting a job out of college, and then I need to figure out what I want on the side. Because that's kind of where I'm at, is like, do I sign a contract somewhere and then do all this stuff on the side? Do I, try to find this job right away, even though I'd, be at the bottom of the barrel, which is like fine. Just want to get my foot in the door. But yeah, there's a lot of things to consider when you become an adult, like finances and all the things. So that's kind of why I'm in an existential crisis.
I'm in my like my man like moment right here where you're trying to solve the problem.
Yeah. Hey, do it, please. Solve my problems.
No, I'm just trying to figure out like. I want to walk away here. I know it's not going to happen, but like,
is this therapy?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's actually just going to make you like more anxious.
I cry.
Yeah.
Like, thank you so much.
Like, and this was like my thought was like, I just have to start doing something to figure out if I like it or not.
For sure.
In that sense where it's like, would you ever just start writing out short skits and running it, while you're in this area and you have a bunch of people that are like, I'll come over for a weekend and I don't need to be paid. I'm not a paid actor. Like that kind of stuff. It's like, I just want to hang out with you and this is just fun doing it,
I feel like I need to think about that more, especially like,
before you would take a position, because you'll know no one out there until you get there. And
for sure.
Everyone said money. It's a business out there more than you probably think or whatnot,
Yeah. I think realistically I should stay around here anyway, but we'll see.
Yeah, no. It's exciting, but
it's
also
so
like,
exciting and so scary. Yeah. It's like bittersweet. It's all the feelings all at once.
I think like 2 years ago, we were like closing Pete and the Starcatcher.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And a year ago was 12th night. That feels so weird. 3 years ago, I was in She Kills Monsters. Still, because
Yeah,
that was a
putting your
2 week.
boots
You were putting my boots on. We didn't even know each other yet, really. I don't think we got to know each other really till the next semester.
No. Well, and I just did costume stuff for.
Yeah.
'Cause
You just smell my stinky feet
I had
mid-show.
I had a band concert, so I couldn't do the Sunday show or whatever.
Yes.
And so
yeah.
I just was there for costumes, which I had to do for credit anyway. So
yeah.
that's when
Been
they were like, wow, you so good. Can we hire you? And I was like,
You so good, really?
yeah. And I was like, the front desk is offering me a job.
Yeah.
And
sounds
I don't want to.
easier.
Yeah, I don't want to sew.
Yeah.
I guess it's a God-given talent, but I don't want to use that talent.
Yeah.
So maybe God's disappointed in me right now, but
hey,
sorry.
that's your choice
I'll
to
try.
make.
I'll be better.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to compensate somewhere.
Yeah.
I guess. No.
That's crazy.
We were in acapella together though, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. That was
Your freshman year, right?
second. I started second semester freshman year, I believe.
Were we not in acapella together?
No, we were.
Yeah, I was at junior. I didn't do it.
Oh, and I think you were missing a lot the first year or the first semester because you had the show before She Kills.
That would have been second semester, which would have been the beginning of second semester, and Silence Guy.
Yeah, I believe that's
I think
why
I made
you,
it to 2 rehearsals, and they picked like the most complicated song that we could have sang, and like no one could make it to rehearsals, and like I remember performing that, and I was like,
dude, I kind of forgot.
why am I here?
I shouldn't be here. Oops, sorry everyone. Sorry,
Wait, you gotta
everyone.
tilt it back up. You knocked it over. Okay, now we're good.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of forgot that I was even in acapella, to be so honest.
How long were you in it? Did you just do it that semester, or did
No,
I would have
did
figured you would
it.
have done it at least a year.
I think I did it second semester freshman year and all of sophomore year.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then I stopped for Duck Duck
I know. I talked about it with Luke or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Oh my god, he was in
for-
it too. Poor
yeah.
guy. I roped him in.
Poor guy.
He did not like it.
Because he was asking. He's like, "Should I do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's just a good way to meet people."
It's fun, yeah.
And then he was like, "I should have done it."
Oh no, I feel
he
so
was like,
bad.
"I was so busy." He's like, "It's just
it's
just
really
time consuming." And
It was on Sunday nights. It's
in
really
which,
a bad
if you're in
time.
any show, you always have rehearsal
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
So
It's just.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you a person that like likes rehearsal Friday night or Sunday night?
Probably Sunday night.
As a commuter, I like.
That's true.
As
Yeah.
a commuter, I liked Friday night.
Yeah.
As a non-commuter, it wasn't as big of a deal
Yeah.
when you're like
Yeah.
a minute away, because you're like, well, it's only gonna take like 3
Yeah.
hours of my night or 2 hours of my night. I can give
Right.
that up. But like when you're commuting, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'd lose an hour
Yeah.
just within the time
That's
of going
tough.
there and back. So it was like Friday night was always nice because it's like, all right, I know I have the whole weekend to get my assignments in
Yes.
by 11:59.
That's
on Sunday
true.
night.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my weeks were so long that it's like, I don't know. It totally depends.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I've worked around all sorts of schedules.
Yeah.
So like I've worked Saturday mornings, I've worked Sunday mornings, I've worked Friday nights. I don't know. It's tough. It's all hard. It's really hard when you're taking like 15 to 18 credits and you're involved in like 6 things and you have to make money.
Are you going back home in the summer, or are you staying here in the summer?
My lease ends mid-August. So if I don't figure out something by then, I'll be around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start making some skits because I'll be around. I'll literally just.
Do you guys want that?
I'll just comment if you want that.
We're so funny together.
No, because literally I have to find ways to like not want to kill myself this summer just from like working, which is real. Everyone,
You guys
who's
make sure
watching
he's
this,
okay.
it's real. Like,
Yeah.
this is one thing that's
Yeah.
gonna keep it going. But like, I know I'm gonna want to do more than
Yeah.
just that. But I want to do it with someone who's like, yeah, no, like get your ass here, or
Right.
we're going here to shoot or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Maybe we can pick one day. Like it's always like, do you have a set schedule at
yeah,
that job?
I'll always be open on weekends. I don't know, but I know
Okay.
you'll probably work. Sometimes Fridays. Otherwise, if it's not really late, I just have to be in bed at 9. That's all I remember from my job.
Okay.
As long as
Got
I'm
it.
in bed by 9 p.m., I
Yeah.
can get up in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, I could take off Saturdays.
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Yeah. All right.
When
Stay
they're not
tuned.
here.
Stay tuned.
Just
Stay
kidding.
tuned. We're gonna have the new
Yeah. That'd be fun.
what are we gonna call it?
The J&J
Mosh.
show. Just kidding. Just kidding.
The
We can't call it the
J&J
J&J show because my bracelet here. J&J.
Oh yeah. We couldn't do that to John.
No. He'd be so mad. Just kidding.
So is he graduating in spring, right?
No. One
Yes.
more year. Yeah.
So does that kind of make it like
No, no, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Bye,
of course.
Felicia. No.
No, of course I'm thinking about it. I just
Yeah.
I'm not letting that hold me back.
No.
And he would do the same thing. We've talked about it a bunch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we might do the distance.
Would you rather do? I'm assuming you'd rather do than L.A. over New York. Would you ever work for Mr. Beast? Go to North Carolina?
I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
I'm gonna be so for real. I don't think so. Yeah.
Do you like editing? No.
Honestly, I've edited.
Wait.
Are you gonna pay me? No, I thought you were gonna make me your editor. Just kidding. It's grown on me a lot actually this semester. I could never have seen myself doing that. I hated it so much. And then in the last year, I've just edited so much, and now I get assistant editor credit on my short film because there were so many like scenes where I had to tweak one frame literally. So I was like, it's way easier if I do it because it's hard to say. Hey,
well, no, and that's what they do. They have the director in there with them, and then
So, but yeah, it's actually grown on me a lot, and I think it just didn't make a ton of sense to me.
You know, there's a lot of like YouTubers that need editors. Like that is like one of the most in high demand positions.
But then
you don't even have to go there. You could stay here and just.
I know.
Work.
I know. There's
the
a ton of like remote editing jobs, and John is actually interested in editing, so that would be really good for him. But I just don't think I'm that good, like with effects and like especially for like comedic stuff. I guess I could get better.
I don't know. After I graduated, I was like, well, shit. What are we gonna do? No, I think it was before I graduated because I was like, let's just see like what are some random things I've never thought about that I could maybe like there was this one guy who was in New York and he had like a news YouTube channel or whatever, and it was just literally him and his camera in a microphone, and he just like wanted to do like kind of like Titan TV news where you just put like an overlay once in a while over the top, which would be so easy to edit.
True.
But he like needed an answer right now. And it was like, and I was like, oh, like, and like I'd never applied or taught, but he was like you have 2 days to like apply for people or whatever, and I was like,
a threat.
I was like, oh no, like obviously I have like a month left of school and I'm deep into school, so I don't have the ability to. But
it's really hard.
No, but that's interesting, and literally I think every person we've come on here hates editing, and they're always looking for an editor. So you have so many connections with RTF that like they're like, if you want to edit, like, please, you know.
I don't, and that's the thing. I don't know if I'd want to edit a short film or something.
What about like
big.
wedding videos?
I've thought about it.
Right, Alex?
Right. I'm currently working on one right now.
No, like literally everyone I've talked to, it's usually wedding videos, which I feel like are almost the easiest because it's just like.
I think it's just really hard to be like, that's true though.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard because you have to be like a one-man band half the time to work weddings if you're like photographer or like videographer or whatever. It's just, I don't know, it can be tough. I guess it depends. Sometimes some people hire multiple people, like one person's a photographer and then someone does the other stuff. But
ironically, I just did that for my buddy's wedding. They had a photographer and I was the video guy. Actually, oh man. So we get there, the photographers are taking pictures or whatever. Because I roll up with the groom or whatever, and like I'm videoing some stuff, right? And then we get into the church, and I'm like having one of my friends work one camera. I'm working the mobile camera. He's got the stand. I got like another camera in the back just for like a wide shot, just for the general. And then the photographer comes up, and this might have even been before we started setting up, but she's like, so like, are you videoing like the wedding? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, well, where are you gonna be? Like kind of passive aggressive, and but I was like, okay, like, you know, maybe she's just in a rough, like had a rough morning or something like that. And we're talking, and then she kind of was getting more aggressive and like I'm gonna be in her way the whole time. Like how can you need to like not be in my way because you're gonna affect the photos and stuff. And then eventually I was like, oh well, like the bride asked me to record video for the wedding. She's like, oh, I guess if the bride said that, like that's fine. And I was like if it
was
I'm like,
groom
well, no, not even, no,
anything?
just not like that, like. I was someone that they like hired or something. Yeah. I don't know. But
she
I was
thought
like,
you just did it for fun.
I was like, yeah, you catch me in chapels all the time recording random people's weddings because that's what I do here. No, I was
that's crazy.
But I was like, okay, like I get being like,
like,
hey, these pictures need to be good and whatnot. But also I was like,
but also if there's a camera in the background, you captured the moment. Like it's not gonna ruin it. Or Photoshop exists.
But yeah,
sorry.
No, I was like, this is
that's funny.
But anyway, I was like, ooh. All right. Maybe that's not the business I want to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially like if you got hired by not someone you knew, like bridezillas and yeah. Or like mother-in-laws that are crazy. Oh my gosh.
Or you like don't let them pay you until the end, and then you like mess up all their photos just for fun. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah. Oh, I lost them. You didn't pay me. Oh.
yeah, like, there's literally no problem with that.
I think you need a contract if you're gonna start.
Alex,
working.
right? There's no problem with that, right?
There's no problem with that.
2 out of 3 said it, so I guess it's okay then.
And I'm the only one that didn't say it. You and no.
No, I didn't. For the record, I didn't say anything.
Okay. So we like film, we like TV, not so much radio, but we are thinking about podcasting. Podcast with video, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and we like theater as well.
We like theater as well.
Yeah.
Would you ever do like a theater company vibes or no?
Probably like being an actor.
That or like whether it be like producing behind or whatnot. For some reason, you give me so much of like producer vibes, even more than directing in that sense, where it's like, I feel like your brain is capable of taking so much on, and like the directors do too, but the directors like talk to the producers about their issues, and then they have to zone in though on their actors and make sure they're actors, whereas a producer is like, all right, yep, that's good. All right, we got to solve problem A, B, C, D, E while they're busy doing, it's like, which I feel like is your strength.
Thank you.
Is taking care of that. So it's like, it's just interesting of like, almost like, you know what I could see you as, which you might have no interest in this, but like almost if you were like an actor's agent or a manager.
Yeah, I'd hate that.
Why would you hate that?
Because
like I agree, like I feel like you would have hated that, but I'm just like thinking outside the box maybe of someplace you haven't thought about. Like why would you hate that?
I think I'd be good at it. I think there's a lot of things I would be good at but would not enjoy. I think, I don't know, the outreach.
You get to choose your clients. No, I'm just kidding.
I choose Timothée Chalamet.
There
just
you
kidding.
go.
No, I think I would not. There's so much outreach and like sitting down job,
No, you literally go to parties all the time and schmooze up the other producers.
But like sending
hey,
emails and blah 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 blah.
I got this actor or actress.
Yeah, so true. I don't know. I just don't think I'd enjoy it. I guess I can't pinpoint it, but okay.
No. Yeah, I agree with you. Everything you say is like I would hate to have to try to kiss people's butts to like to like get my actor or actress in a film, which like I know people are really good and they like talking and like almost salesman vibe. I don't have that salesman in me. I
think we'd both be good at a job like that, a salesman job. I think we'd be good.
Yeah,
be
my
good
heart
at that.
wouldn't be in it though.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to do
like
that.
because I know there's like people where it's like, yo, sell insurance, you'll make so much money because you get like whatever when you make the sale, you get like then that bonus whatever like when you sell a car, commission. There we go, that's the word. But you get a commission. Like like you'll hear those people talk about like when you get this client, you get like a $40,000 just bonus commission just
that's
for fun.
Insane.
And then if you do 6 people in a month, now you just got like whatever 6 times 40 is, and so it's like that's how 240,000, right? That's what it is. 40 times 6. Yeah, okay.
Good math.
Well, you made the eye.
I know. I was like,
you made the eye.
Like,
no, you made the eye like, he didn't know what that was. So then I had to quickly do the math.
I just thought it was funny. You're like, whatever this equals.
But it's like, then you just made that in a month, and so it's like I understand why people are, but it's like.
I know.
You're a very healthy person. I don't know if I need to sell you the most expensive life insurance.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Incredible scene. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Which scene?
In the beginning. Well, not necessarily like after the superheroes go away because of the person that he saved that wanted to die. That whole funny thing.
Yeah.
He's selling insurance and the old woman's
how
am I going to afford this? I'm not. And he's like, if you call this number and do this and this, I can't help you. If you do this and this, and she's like writing it down. She's like, oh, okay. And he's like, I hope you have a good day, and I hope you'll figure this out. Something like bye or whatever. It's like cute scene, and then the boss comes in. And is like you have referred to all of these people to fix all of these problems. Like this is a company. We're supposed to be making money.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to be a part of that because I don't think I could do. If I know someone can't do something, like I think about that too with like the theater department sometimes, where it's like, I know we need to get our numbers up, but like this person isn't going to be an actor or even a voice actor, or it's like, and you're not really giving them the skills to like be able to do it themselves because they're not going to be able to make it in like the true industry.
Yeah.
It's like if I think I might not make it into the industry, it's like people that like don't even have roles or haven't even acted in the department. It's like. You're selling them on a fake dream that like isn't helping them, but like I get you needed the numbers,
and
but it's
educational
like,
and
but it's like, okay, now they graduate with it, what can they do?
Right. Yeah.
And that's the scary thing. And so
Yeah, I would not be able to do a job that's like slimy or like, you know what I mean? Like just being I don't know, slimy is a weird word.
No, I almost made the joke like, yeah, I would hate to clean sewers too, but that was
yeah. Good thing you didn't make that joke. No, but you know what I mean? Like just being when you have to be like rude or like you screw people over, I guess. That's the I can't think of words today, but
I'm with you.
I couldn't do it. It's tough.
Okay. Alex, you've had a lot of time to think about what jobs Jena could potentially do.
He's gonna solve all my problems.
Here we go. Solve the problem.
Dude, I got nothing for you.
Oh, he's got nothing.
What have you been doing over? No, I'm just kidding.
You haven't been taking notes.
I've been trying my best.
Okay, this will be you have 1 minute to start brainstorming.
So stop listening to us and start thinking. Okay. Just kidding.
What's another idea? You could. No,
I'm so glad that my problems are going to be solved when I leave today. So glad.
Yeah, this is turning out to be really helpful, I think. And all the people back home are going to be like, I'm going to take all of these suggestions.
Yeah, and steal all the jobs from me.
And yeah, they might be.
Everyone's problems will be solved if they're going through career problems today.
Dude, okay, so I got really effed up in school in the sense of like what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like when we were thinking, like as you were talking about, like,
well, yeah, because you were really late to switch to what your plan is now.
Yeah, so obviously I did radio. Knew that I didn't want to do radio. And then like I think like junior year came around. Yeah. When we did nope, that's a lie. Senior year we did Duck for me. But junior came around and I was always acting in the plays and whatnot. But I always had something in my brain where I was like, I'm not a good enough actor. Yeah. Like I need to do more and I'm not able to do that. And I think what I learned was it wasn't that I'm not capable of it. It was just the atmosphere that I was in. I don't think I could learn anymore. There was no more information to be given to me.
Capped off. Yeah. With the classes.
But I didn't know that. And I just thought like, oh, am I just like, I just can't get better. And like, obviously you can get better and this is not me being cocky, but it's just like, there was so much growth. And then all of a sudden it stopped. And I was like, but I'm not good. Like I'm still not good, even though I'm here. And so I I've never thought of myself as an actor too. I always thought like that this has been fun. But I don't think like, cause when I went to Oshkosh, RTF major, theater minor, I never intended on actually being a major. And then I started doing like a couple short films and I was like, oh, film's really fun. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, but if I graduate, what am I going to do if I stay in the area? It's like, well, I'm not going to act. Filming is really tough. You're not going to find too many filming jobs unless you start doing your own stuff. Yeah. And it's like, okay, TV's in this area. So then I tried really hard to get into TV, and there was moments where I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then there's moments where it's like, I don't want to. Like, I don't have no interest in getting up at 5 to kind of do the same exact thing, but a little bit different, you know? And then like went to do acting and then got awards for acting. And I was like, okay, so people are saying there is something there. Yeah. Like, it's not just a dud dude kind of thing, you know, or a big fish in a small pond vibe, you know, like there is something there. He's cooking, you know? And then senior year came around, did your show, did some short films. And I was like, oh, I really like TV. TV would allow me to do a job. But then like got deeper into TV and I was like, oh, I don't want to like, I like live. I like the pressure of live, but kind of like what you were saying, where it's like if I had my own project or my own whatever, that game show or whatever that is, you know, it's like, yeah, that'd be fun. But it's like, I don't get to choose who I work with. Yeah. If I work for like a news station, and I've worked with some people that I'm like, if I had to work with them every single day, I wouldn't make it. Yeah. So I just lost interest. Where it's like film, you're doing something different every day. Whether it's like the same vibe because you're still recording, but it's different, you know. And so like I fell in love with film, and then like other roles I had with acting, and then talking to other people who were actually professional actors, and they were like, I think you have something, like you obviously need more training, which I was like, yeah, I know. Don't
tell me about it.
Yeah. So then that's like where it's like, then all of a sudden it was like that decision that you're in right now, where it's like, okay, I'm not doing radio, TV. Maybe if I like have a kid right now, which was never gonna happen. But it's like if I needed like insurance and a job, it's like, okay, then I go do TV. But then it was like, if I want to like do something with my life, because you only get to live once. It's like, what are you gonna do? It's like, I know. It's like deep down, it's like I want to act, because if I fail, I can at least sit on my rocking chair at 80, being like, I tried.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm at, because I feel like if I stay, part of me feels like if I stay, I will just get locked into one thing, whether it is news or TV or whatever.
Or choir teacher.
Choir teacher. No, I've thought about theater teacher though. That'd be so fun. Anyway, getting off track, but yeah, long story short, there's a part of me that feels like I need to go, and I don't know where going leads me, but I feel like I need to try something crazy because, 40 years from now, I don't want to be like, what if,
Yeah. The vibe you give me is you have to start something on your own. Not that this would be like, this is everything. I'm putting all my marbles into this, but I feel like you just need to start a project on your own. That's not a part of school, not a part of a grade, not a part of this. It's not like you're making money off of it. This is my passion project, but I enjoy it. Like, I think if you find whatever that is, you will be able to decide, like, yes, I do enjoy this so much that I am not going to watch my TV show that I've been watching, whatever that is, or I'm not going to do this, or like I'm going to make time for it. And I think school is tough, like you've been saying, because it's just like there's moments where you love it, but then you're like, oh, but this is for a class and a grade, and I really don't care about this part of it.
It's been so go since I was in high school that I think I'm finally at a point where I just need like a week to do whatever I want. Yeah. And I haven't had that. Like, I did not feel like winter break was a break. I did not feel like spring break was a break. So I'm exhausted. But here we are. And now I only have 2 weeks left.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah. I just feel like I was a freshman. It's seeing all the pictures in the theater hall of, like, all the shows that, like, move on. She Kills
on, like, the first one?
It's going to be on the last one if they update last semester's Into the Wall. And if they put this show, it'll be gone. And I'm like...
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Where did the time go?
I know. When I went to that show, I just walked down the hall and I was like, good memories.
Yeah.
And then I walked out.
They're so cute. And then I left and I'll never go back. That's the vibe that you just gave.
That's the vibe I gave. I was like, well, there'll be no shows there, so there'll be nothing to go watch. But I wonder what they'll do with the building.
I hope it comes back eventually. Yeah. I hope a new chancellor helps,
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I don't think it'll be immediate, but I think
I don't know anything
eventually.
about the new chancellor, but
I know that his wife was like a costume designer or something. So, and I think he's pro arts, but I don't know that much. Don't quote me, but I don't think it would be immediate. I think it would take years.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the budget.
My dream at this moment, like when I decide I'm done with the rat race, like I want to like have kids, all that kind of stuff and settle down. What are you going to do? Like that's my brain. Yeah. And I'm like, I've always liked teaching. I've liked the idea of teaching. I knew I didn't want to teach younger kids because well, not my jokes aren't for all of them, Sure. They were not going to get my movie references.
Yeah, and it's going to get worse and worse the older you get.
Yeah, it's sad.
I know.
But it's like I think I'd want to not take over, but I would want to work on it, like get into a small department, like an Oshkosh that wasn't falling apart, but something like that where it's like, hey, like team of other professors and students, let's build this thing to be like. I think after watching how that was run the last like 5 years, I was like, there was so many opportunities we could have done something so cool, or like
involve the students.
I don't even know if it would have changed the direction, but it would have felt like we gave it, the department gave it all they had to keep it around. Yeah. Where it didn't feel like that necessarily towards the end. It just kind of felt like, hey, it is what it is. And like obviously when the decision happens, it is what it is. You can't change it. But before that, it was still felt like that,
Yeah, and I don't necessarily blame anyone either. I feel like everyone gave it their all, but I do think I don't know, I almost feel like students getting involved, like if we protested or something, like I feel like they would maybe listen because they don't care until they hear us and see us.
I don't think they would have cared.
I don't think so either. But I think it's inevitable what happened.
Yeah.
But
no,
maybe
that's
we
what I'm
could have
saying.
prolonged it a little bit. But I think also like with Greece especially, like we sold out.
That's what I'm saying.
And they were like, I didn't know. Well, the theater department still
it's just like a business.
Yeah.
If the theater department's a business, if you're running in the red for like 6 years,
you're done.
Your parent company, franchisee might be like, hey, you should close your store.
Yeah.
And that's what happened because I don't know. It's tough because I get that there's an academic part of it where it's like, hey, I want these students to experience this show and do this. But it's like, oh, okay, awesome. But like, if there is no department, you would never be able to even do a show like that. Yeah, and
it's like a circle because like the budget, they're not given a budget to do those big shows, but those big shows make money. But then, you know what I mean? Like you can only do it once every 2 years, but if you did it every year, you'd make a ton of money. But you're not getting enough money to put on those shows, and it's just like a never-ending cycle. I feel like.
I don't know.
It's really sad. It's a big bummer.
It's the real world. But I think I could find myself doing something like that Where it's like, hey, like I want to go to school. Like I know what my weaknesses are right now as an actor. It's like
I know them too. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm totally kidding.
Everyone knows
totally
them now.
Kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, dude, that was so yeah. Respect.
I was kidding, dude.
No, but it's like I know what my weakness is, so like make me stronger in that, so that then I can go back and teach the people, the kids, the students that have those same weaknesses.
Yeah, or the strengths that you already had, and then they don't have that.
And it's like, or it's like, hey, like, I don't know. I think, I don't know. There's a lot of like also just like the fact of like I want professors that are actually working in the space too still. So it's like, okay, how can you still work in the space?
Yeah, I think you'd be great at that.
And that stuff.
Yeah.
So that the students feel like, oh, like it wasn't back so long ago. It was the last time you did a show. You know, it's like, no, like it might suck because you deep down know like, oh, I don't need to. I have already proven myself. But it's like, oh, just to stay sharp and like still feel the feeling of what an actor is like on stage kind of thing to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's been like a year since I've acted in a stage production, and it feels like
me too.
am rusty. Like I feel like it's been so long.
I mean, I did have to do a bunch of monologues, which was a crazy experience for auditioning.
That's true.
I was never prepared for that.
Yeah.
But
I guess the last thing I did was in January with you.
What did we do?
KCACTF.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, we almost forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. We got to talk about that, and then I can let you go or whatever. Okay. That was crazy. Okay, hi everyone. This is Jenna. She was the KCAC nomination that I was her partner for.
Guys.
Okay. Going into the you can raise it. It looks like it's just sagging. If you twist this
the
back
other one. I keep forgetting.
Otherwise, Alex is just keep turning up your volume.
Yeah, he's like, why is she getting so quiet? Anyway.
Okay. So, how did you get nominated? Which show did you get nominated for?
I performed as Viola in 12th Night, and I got Which
was your last stage performance?
Yeah, I got nominated as for an Irene Ryan scholarship through KCACTF.
Competition, but
it's not a competition, but it is.
Yeah. Okay, so what was your process? So you have to come up with a monologue and a scene. What was your process in deciding what was going to be your monologue scene? And then give me the behind scenes as how you ended up going about your partner. Because I know it was a lot more complicated than, hey, Jordan, do you want to go? It was a lot more complicated than that.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start with the scene. So I got nominated, and Luke was the other nomination from that show. And we've already talked about him during this podcast. But he also was in the acting class. He was in the same level of acting class. And so we like progressed through the same classes. And so we had been scene partners before. And the show that I chose for the scene, we acted in a scene from that show as well. From Rabbit Hole. And it was... Yeah, so I first asked him, I was like, we're both nominated. We might as well just be partners. And he was down for that, but then he had a trip conflict and like backed out, which is like...
Which I'm pretty sure we talked to him on the podcast already about that.
Oh,
of him being
good.
A little, you know what?
Flaky.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No, it was totally fine. No.
No, it's so funny you say that because Drake was on like right before him and he listened to Drake to see what the show was like. And he turned to the spot where Drake's like, yeah, but... If you can't even count on Luke, he'll always flake out. It was so funny.
No, I was kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, so, and he gave me like so much notice. It was not an issue at all. So then I was talking to you and Connor to see if who was available, and you got back to me faster and we're down. So I was like, let's do it. And
that's fine. I thought you like, hey, I'm asking multiple people and you're like a fallback, which I guess technically is true.
Yeah, maybe I said that.
But then Connor must have just never responded to you or something. You're like, all right.
I don't know. I think I was trying to at least get it set.
So I think that's what made my audition, like, because I wouldn't have performed since like that spring.
Good.
So I think
you're welcome.
Doing that audition got like and then when I bombed my vocals, like that humbled me. So like I knew it could be really bad, and so like I wasn't afraid of doing really bad because I've already been in that place. So
I totally forgot that happened. Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay. So then we just decide that like
so then I was like I love the Rabbit Hole script, so I was like, let's just choose one from that. And then I was between two scenes, and then I finalized one and we started practicing. And then for monologues, we were both in the same senior project class, so we were working on 4 monologues. I believe I chose one. That was in the fall. So I think I chose a Viola monologue because I was working on it for class again, and then it was like fit. Honestly, I wish I would have chosen a different one though. I feel like I didn't sell it. Maybe I was like nervous or whatever, but I feel like I should have done something that was like maybe not contemporary or not.
I thought your monologue was good. I thought at least
you were facing away from me in the corner.
At least what? No, I was facing you.
Oh, okay.
I walked into the shadows.
Got it.
I'm Batman. No, sorry. No. I thought what Jane said was that like it was our scene. You just got breathy. I thought was what the only thing
it was the monologue. I got breathy. I think because our scene was good.
Yeah, I thought our scene was good because that was my fear. I was like, just don't F it up for her. I'm like, just do my part.
We peaked in the performance, I think. So that was good.
But we did good.
Yeah. It was really fun. I think I really like acting in sad stuff. One of the short films. Did I tell you one of the short films I did? It was Amelia's script. She wrote and directed, and I sobbed. I had to like have a breakdown.
Were you guys on the car?
No.
Okay, I'm not thinking.
It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out this Saturday actually. But it was like. Yeah, I saw it.
Because I was in all of their, because that fall, my graduating year, I was in script writing. So all the scripts that were written in that class were the ones that are now being filmed. Yeah. And so it's funny because like sometimes I'll be like, I remember hearing that script. Yeah. I remember, but
it was a different, she just wrote it herself, I think, not for class. But it was, and John Bai I acted with.
Yep.
So it was just a really good experience overall. And I think that that's the best acting I've ever done. I hope when I see it, I agree because I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, no, that was a crazy trip in January.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Dude, we didn't do much after that.
No, I haven't seen you like since. No, I saw you like a month ago, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. No, it was nice that you
were
able
friends. Just kidding.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I'm glad that you were able to come on the podcast.
Yeah,
and hang
thanks
out
for
with
having
us.
me.
I know you're a busy person, especially this time of year.
Yeah,
so it means a lot that you were able to.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Chisel us in your schedule.
Yeah, it was tough.
Well, everyone, thanks for watching this episode. If you haven't already, consider dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a follow, watch on Spotify and YouTube. Give us both views because why not? If you made it this far, you got to like the show, I guess. Yeah. So, peace out. Thanks for watching. See ya.